So freehand cutting with a circular saw is super handy for framing, cutting subfloors inside, and in my case here, I need to cut a replacement boat transom for my buddy's boat. So a freehand cut with a circular saw is going to be the easiest, most accurate way if you know how to make the cut properly. Now the thing that I see so many people getting wrong here with this is if you're just starting out with a circular saw, a lot of people start lining up the line with this mark out front. Or if you're a little more experienced, you're going to be watching the blade to see where it's cutting. The real secret here is a combination of both things. And let's go over a couple things before we get into that. Now, whenever you have a circular saw, you're going to want to take a ruler and just check out how that lines up with this little notch at the front fence. You can see on this saw, it lines up perfectly with the outside of the blade here, right on the edge of this mark. So now that you know that, some saws are different. They might line up to the inside of the blade. So you want to check that out first. But now that you know that, the secret to getting a good cut is to get this thing tracking parallel to the line right off the bat. When you're getting set up for your cut, instead of just going right up and lining up the blade with your mark, you want to line up this little tip here. So on this cut here, I'm going to cut the line entirely off, but I'm going to focus on this left-hand side of the edge. So I'm going to line up the front of the saw right on that edge there. And then I'm going to line up my tooth, and that's like 2 inches of accuracy rather than just lining up the tooth. If you line up the tooth, it's very easy to just start getting off angle right off the bat. And now don't pull the trigger when the tooth is right lined up. You want to pull it back about 1/2 inch. Yeah, you can see that is a perfectly straight cut. And as I'm cutting along, I'm kind of just, every once in a while, I'm watching the blade, I'm cutting the line, and every once in a while, I'll just look up front and see. And if I'm off a little bit, you might just pull back or just notch it ever so slightly back onto the line. Let's cut the rest of these pieces here. And there you go. You can see that's about as straight as you're going to be able to cut freehand with a skill saw. And hey, if you want to see a few more of my best tips, check out this playlist right over here. Thanks for watching. Not bad for an old guy.